Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to reveal my about $100,000 market portfolio and what stocks I have and why and how they have been performing and what my thoughts about market are. I'm sure if you have been following the channel, you know I'm a major Palantir bull, and I very conservatively divided my portfolio into two parts. One part is a purely technical part, and the other part, 50% of my portfolio, is supposed to be diversified into companies that I believe in the long term. And I very safely invested 100% of that money into Palantir. I luckily did that when the stock price was bottoming out. My cost average is $11.75. Nicely up. I'm going to count. I think it's about 10% up in a few weeks. And I want to share my thoughts about that and how I plan to invest. And I very transparently want to show you the portfolio and how I did compare to the market. And I did a similar video, but my channel was super small at that time and it got very little views, and I thought I'd try to do it again. And let's see how you guys like it, because now there's definitely way more of you. And by the way, if you're new to this channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. So I have two portfolios for two companies that I'm a part owner in, and this is one of the companies. And I want to first talk about that I am both a technical and a long-term investor, but separate. So I'm like two ends of the pendulum. On one end, I buy companies 100% based on technical, and I haven't talked much about this. And if you guys are interested, please let me know in the comments. I can share my strategy with you and what I'm looking at. And I've been testing this strategy for, yeah, it's close to 2 years now. A lot of it I did on paper trading, and my main beef with this strategy, or my main worry with this strategy, it has been that I was only able to test it in crazy bull markets, right? I knew that I don't know how this strategy would react in a bear market, and I was very afraid of this. And actually, we did get a bear market since November, and as you will see, my ass was handed to me by the stock market. So I actually made some changes, did some pivots in this technical strategy. But I want to show you what I have currently. So you can see I have 4 stocks. They amount to $52,000. You can see that Palantir is 48% of my portfolio. And that's because the other stocks also went up in value, like it's supposed to be 50%. But yeah, who cares, right? So this is one half of my portfolio. And then on the other half is divided into my technical trading, where I trade 100% based on technicals, but it's more like, I don't know, once a month. I mean, depending on what the signs are, right? It's not like, I'm definitely not a day trader. I believe that this technical trading that I do is like anybody can do it. I check the market around market close, and then I make a decision to hold my stock or sell the stock based on the signals. And I really, really like this strategy, because what I like with technical trading actually is I feel you have way more control than with long-term investing. And this is very unpopular on YouTube, and even there has been a I mean, basically the YouTubers who sell out their stocks, you know, they get a lot of hate. There's a lot of videos made about them. And I think this is wrong, because, you know, you need to call a spade a spade. And if you're a long-term investor, you need to know that you're a long-term investor. And if you're a short-term investor, you know, you need to know that you are. And I think the only wrong thing is stating to your audience that you're a super long-term investor and then, you know, like jumping in and out of stocks. That is wrong. But the fact of jumping in and out of stocks is not necessarily wrong. So I just want to show you these 3 stocks and why I bought them. As I said, I'm not gonna really go into the technicals. So this one I bought on this day, and as you can see, it's in a very nice uptrend, right? So I'm basically betting on that this stock is going to follow the uptrend. And just to illustrate to you how much of a technical trade this is, as I said, I'm the worst of both worlds. When I'm long-term investing, I'm really long-term investing, and I don't give an F about, you know, short-term things. And then when I'm technical investing, I'm really technical investing. I so much don't care about the fundamentals that I actually don't know what this company does. Don't know anything about it other than the stock charts, and I like it this way. I actually made mistakes when in these short-term trades, when I started reading the news, and, you know, when I knew the company and I knew that there was positive things happening to it, and it made me want to buy the stock even though the technicals were not 100% there, and I lost on those trades. So I really like to just close it out, you know, and when I'm a technical trader, I'm 100% technical. So I basically bought that it broke out from this resistance. You see that here is a resistance around 112 dollars, and basically did exactly what I wanted it to do. And you can see it's really nicely trending. It's making a higher high, a higher low, and then it's going for a new higher high. I hope it will do a new higher low, and then as long as it's continuing to do this, I'm just gonna keep this stock and ride the wave. As you can see, I'm currently maybe 15% up. I didn't check, so this was a very good trade. This was another one, same logic, broke through this resistance line, and also very nice uptrend if you look at the stock. My stop loss is if the stock would close below this resistance line, then I would definitely sell, and I just wait and see if the stock will continue the trend. This is the next one, CTVA. Again, the same logic. I think you can start to see my trading style a little bit. And the funny thing is, when I'm a technical trader, I like to buy at the newest or latest high price, because then there is, you know, it indicates a momentum in the stock, and you don't have a resistance where you know that the stock is going to run into problem. And when I'm a fundamental long-term investor, I hate buying at these levels. It's like the worst thing that you can do, right? So I bought it here, and yeah, it went very nice. This is about 20% up now. I kept this stock during the war, and I just had ice in my stomach, as the Swedish say, meaning that, you know, like I bit my tongue despite it was very turbulent times, and I just kept to the strategy. Yeah, I kept holding it. So the strategy that I changed in my technical trading is, because it's so interesting, I was doing a lot of analysis, right? And this is when I started trading, okay, on the S&P 500. So you can see, you can have a different view here. So this view is very interesting. So this shows how my portfolio was doing, like since the start. I started in around May 30th, right? And at the peak, I was 24.5% up in basically half a year in the portfolio, which I was really happy with. And this was 100% on technical trading, right? However, that was up to this time, right? When the stock market was going up, my portfolio was going up, and I was 25% up, and I believe that the stock market was about half. Yeah, exactly. I was doubling what the S&P 500 was doing. I was happy as Larry. You know, you don't need anything more than that. However, this downturn came, and if you look at my account at this point, it even went freaking minus. I lost all the gains that I made, and I even went minus 5%. So obviously at this point I was like, okay, this is something wrong. I tested this strategy, but it was only in a bull market, and on a bear market, you know, my back end was handed to me, and I need to change something. So the new rule that I came up with was I put the 50-day moving average on the S&P 500, and whenever the S&P 500 is below this, I don't make new trades, meaning I don't buy new things. I don't close my positions, because I will close the positions if the strategy says that I should close them. But if I close the position, I'm not going to open a new technical position, right? And also at the same time, you know, when the market was falling, I decided, like, okay, to be a really good investor, I feel that you need to be open-minded, and you need to know about technicals, and you need to know about long-term investing. So I really went into long-term investing, and that's when I decided to buy Palantir. And Palantir did really, really nice. I bought first here, I believe, and then I bought again here, so I cost average down, and the average price that I bought was $11.75. We are up about 10% on it in a very short amount of time. I'm very happy with it, and this also just shows you, I'm gonna speak a bit about this, because my hope actually is that I'm hoping to get some liquid money this year, because I'm a real estate investor. And if I manage to do that, then I hope I can buy even more Palantir, and I would like the price to not go up yet. I'm sorry guys, I'm just being honest. And I also don't think that it's going to go up to the previous highs, because there is just too much bad news around still. You know, when we were here, that's when the war just broke out. You know, oil prices went up. It was so much bad news. It was unbelievable. And funny enough, I did videos about this. It was nothing that was affecting Palantir. Palantir doesn't get affected by the oil price. Palantir is not affected by inflation. The perception of Palantir is affected by the Fed raising interest. But the Fed did start raising interest rates. The market did react positively to it. And unless the Fed... So here's the thing. If the war gets worse, which it can happen, the stock will go down, which is fantastic for us investors, because it has nothing to do with the stock. Palantir actually gets more customers because of the war, right? If the oil price continues to go up, I believe the stock market is going to go down and Palantir will be hurt. But again, it's the stock and not the company that is hurt. So my expectations is I'm really in this stock for the next 5 to 10 years. And I really want to build up a very big position on this. And I think what's going to happen is that we're going to go up and down in this range until, you know, the war gets solved, until the inflation is under control. Right now, there's so much worry in the market, and certain things need to be, you know, handled before the market can rally again. And even though this company is growing, I think the stock price will not follow it. So this is just my honest opinion. I might be wrong. I might be inaccurate. I probably am. As you saw, I'm not doing better than the market. And my plan is to also use this time to analyze a lot of stocks for you guys and also for me. I really want to look into TDOC because I believe they might be a fantastic opportunity at this price, and I want to look into some other stocks. And if you guys really want me to do a video on a stock, then please let me know in the comments and I will look at it. And other than that, this was my 100,000 portfolio as of end of March as of recording this video. I hope you like this. Please make sure you subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.